This is Yahuda Ben Yisrael, and I uploaded this. I had to upload this video again too, but this video is so important because it talks about emotional management skills as it should be taught to children. And I had the article and I had the research on it, and I forgot the name of the type of teaching skill that this is, where it's a focus on teaching children how to manage their emotions better. And the reason why I uploaded this video is because if you know anything about Israelite culture, then you know the management of emotions is very important. Now, it's represented in the New Testament a lot because Christ, he pulled he pulled evil spirits out of people. And that's what he was doing. He was just representing, the fact that the management of emotions is an extremely important thing in Israelite culture, with him being the high priest. And that's their job. And I'm going to make a video about the job of the high priest, being in charge of the actual healthcare system. But what this video does is it shows you that emotional management skills can be taught, and it should be taught to children, and it should be a part of as a matter of fact, it should be the actual focus on the educational system, because it's a fact that the number one way to judge a person's ability to be successful is their ability to manage their emotions. It's not what school they went to, it's not how much money they make, it's not their educational level, it is their ability to manage their emotions. So, like I said, I uploaded this video to show that this is something that can be taught. The science is already out here. And you're going to hear me talk a lot about science and mathematics when I talk about the laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments, or certain parts of the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments in the Bible. And that's because if you know anything about the law, and I end up making a video about this too, witchcraft, sorcery, magic, wizardry, dealing with familiar spirits are all against the law. Now, the other thing that people call this, when they finally got some understanding, was they called it science and mathematics. So if you have those things that are against the law, then that's all you have is science and mathematics. In other words, you need to explain how it is, whatever it is that a person is doing. They need to be able to explain it. So what this is, like I said, this video talks about how important it is to teach children emotional management skills and how it can be integrated into the educational system. Now, like I said, for Israelite or Hebrew Israelite, it should be the primary part of the educational system, making sure the children can manage their emotions better. So I hope you all get something out of this video. You can follow me on Twitter at Old Testament Law, or hit me up on Gmail if you have any questions, oldtestamentlaw@gmail.com. Peace.
How many of you know a boy or girl here at school who gets picked on and left out and never included and laughed at all the time?
School can be a mean and dangerous place.
Raise your hands high, high.
Evidenced by headline-grabbing tragedies and subtle daily slights.
Zena, why don't you shut up? Who cares what you think?
Fortunately, there is growing consensus that teaching social and emotional skills in school can make a difference.
We're going to use it as a tool to help us solve problems.
And there are a number of programs like Resolving Conflict Creatively that teach those skills.
To the room and said, "You going to wear those old rags to school?"
We are talking about a whole new vision of education that says that educating the heart is as important as educating the mind. And so it's about equipping young people with the kinds of skills they need to both identify and manage their emotions, to communicate those emotions effectively, and to resolve conflict nonviolently.
No, it's not.
As part of a school-wide effort to create a positive environment, fourth graders at Brooklyn's PS 24 act as peace helpers, teaching younger students how to handle conflicts.
When the peace helpers were helping solve the conflict, what did you see the peace helpers do? I'm still learning, because if I go into 6th grade next year, I need to learn how to control my anger, because I have a serious temper problem.
Emotional intelligence is just a key human skill, but it also turns out that kids who are better able to manage their emotions, for example, actually can pay attention better, can take in information better, can remember better. In other words, it helps you learn better.
Benefits of social emotional learning programs include improved academic performance and attitudes towards school, a reduction in violence, bullying, and other negative behaviors, and an improved school environment for children and adults.
You know, we're just seeing great behaviors. So,
as part of a district-wide mandate, schools in Anchorage, Alaska have adopted comprehensive social-emotional learning curriculum standards.
I'm a curriculum coordinator, so I am seen in the same office as the language arts coordinator, the math coordinator, the health coordinator, etc. To show just visually, politically, everything else that we are going to value this like we value any of our other curriculum. A lot of my job is to look at the already adopted curriculum and say, okay, here's a place where if I was teaching this reading lesson, I could also hit this social emotional learning standard at the same time.
What are some of the cool-headed thoughts he could have?
We're all under the gun to improve our test results, the academics, but it's a whole lot more fun to start focusing on that connection with kids and helping people feel good about where they are. The other will follow. Our teachers, I think, are much happier. They like their kids.
Good job, kiddo. Excellent. Practice being cool-headed this weekend.
There's research out now that shows that kids involved in intentional social-emotional learning programs like we're trying to do right here scored on average 10% higher on their standardized tests. So what are we giving up? We're giving up, higher referrals. We're giving up violence in our schools. What are we getting? Kids who come to school because they want to come to school, and kids who know how to act when they get into the schools, and hopefully kids who will go into their futures with a better chance of success.
I would like to keep on being friends.
And freeze. All right, yeah, nice job.
For more information on what works in public education, go to edutopia.org.